Welcome back to the Welcome to the World of Sports podcast. I'm your host, John Kolar, along with my co-hosts, Eddie, Lewis, and Braxton Brown. We back. Man, it's been a long time since we actually, gave the streets, the podcast. So it's a lot that we got to talk about, So one of the biggest things going on right now is the NBA playoffs, you know what I'm saying? So what's some of y'all biggest takeaways from what y'all been seeing so far as we go from, round one to round two?
For me personally, I feel like my biggest takeaway is just watching Jimmy Butler hoop, man. All of the things that he's been doing for the Miami Heat is kind of shocking to me just because, like, going into the playoffs, they barely made it in. I feel like his impact on that team, you go from being an 8 seed to now it's like they have an actual possibility to win the East if they really wanted to. Like, if they really played the way they needed to. Like they gonna compete for sure. So like, and that's based off of his play. Like he's coming out there playing out of his mind. It's not nothing new that we haven't seen from him because he, playoff Jimmy. Although he say it's not a thing, like we all know it's a thing. Like he come with a different type of energy. And so to be doing this without your third best scorer and Tyler Hero, like it's amazing, nothing short of amazing. And I think like the more he plays like this, we're gonna have to start putting him in some conversations. I don't know if y'all ready to do that, but we're gonna have to put him in some conversations. What you think? Conversation like what?
Yeah, I was just about that. What type of conversation?
All right, so like when you mention like in those top players, I ain't gonna say a number. Right. I'm just say top players. A lot of times Jimmy Butler is not mentioned as far as like his impact, and it's been proven time and time again that he can catapult a team to like new heights and stuff. So I feel like we gotta start putting him in that conversation when it's like most impactful players to a team. I think I'll put him over Jokic. Me personally, I put him over Jokic. Like, what is Jokic really doing that Jimmy Butler is not? Somebody getting MVPs and this player not. I think it's kind of weird, but I'm not surprised at what Jimmy doing. He been doing this year in, year out. Whenever he get to a bigger stage, so I'm not surprised. I expect this out of Jimmy B, but I don't think he's gonna be enough to win the East. They really top heavy, and without Tyler Hero in the scoring punch, and Bam not producing like as he should, so Jimmy he out there by himself really, and you got to depend on Duncan Robinson and Max Strus to get you 20 and 9. I don't see them doing it, but they definitely capable. But on a nightly basis, I don't think they can do it. But I guess we had to see. But one thing I didn't say that I predict them to win the East. I said they can compete to win the East, but because they still got to face Philly. But we gonna talk about that later. Boston, Philly.
I think for the Heat, it's kind of hard, especially now since Jimmy rolled his ankle. We don't know how long he's gonna be out, dealing with that. And then another thing for the Heat, like I said, they're kind of like top heavy, and then with Tyler Hero out, they got to rely on Duncan Robinson and players like Caleb Martin and Strus to show up. And for Miami, you know, I like the impact that Kyle Lowry made in game one against the Knicks. I think they need more of that from him if they want to, advance in these playoffs. But for Miami relies a lot on 3-point shooting. And they weren't really a good 3-point shooting team in the regular season. They came on as of late in the last series, but they didn't really shoot the ball well last game against the Knicks. So it's all about will they be able to, kind of like sustain that level of 3-point shooting, which I don't really think they can, especially when they get to see teams like maybe Boston or Philly in the next round. So I mean, I think that they got a good chance to get past the Knicks with a healthy Jimmy Butler. If Jimmy Butler can't go or like he's not 100% healthy, I don't think that they'll get past the Knicks in a 7-game series. But I feel like with them relying on the 3-point shooting, it's gonna kind of hurt them when it's time to see Boston or Philly in that next round, especially Philly. If Embiid plays.
What did y'all think about how Philly? I mean, not how Philly, how Miami beat Milwaukee. Did y'all expect that, or did that tank the way y'all look at Giannis in any type of way? I know he had to miss a couple games, but did y'all predict that in any way?
I mean, I kind of started feeling that the Heat were gonna take it. Once Giannis got hurt and they started to get a couple wins, then it started looking good in the Heat's favor. But like, I mean, the Bucks just got the bad end of the stick. You know, Giannis went down in game 1, so it really kind of hurt them. I mean, I feel like the Bucks could have still pulled it off in a way, you know, without Giannis, because they do have a talented team. I just think that once Giannis went out and Miami started getting those wins and getting that momentum, it was hard for Milwaukee to kind of like combat that, even when Giannis came back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't think it changed. It definitely changed my outlook on Giannis, because if Giannis can play, then he go play. Cause like, we know the type of player that Giannis is. He go out there, give his team everything he got. So but he is a team, in my opinion. And without Giannis, they're not the same team. And everybody can see that. So I think advantage was Miami. So it was in their favor. They had to play the cards that they was dealt, and they took advantage of it.
Yeah. I agree with what y'all was saying. I think my biggest takeaway from it was how bad Jimmy Buckets was putting them buckets on Jrue Holiday. He was talking that talk to him, and I ain't never seen like nobody really go at Jrue Holiday like that. So it's kind of like, you know, you take on that role. A lot of people say he one of the best perimeter defenders. So I mean, I think, you know, I ain't saying that he not. I'm just saying that to think that, you know, Jimmy was scoring these amount of points on a good defender, like, you can't make no excuses for his performance. Like, it was amazing for sure. But speaking of Jokic, because you brought him up, Phoenix is struggling right now, man. They down 0-2. I don't know a lot of people that would have expected this going into the series. What's y'all thoughts on that? And do y'all think that this is too much for them to overcome?
I would say yes, just because the style of play that, you know, Phoenix plays, you know, like Phoenix, bro, if you look at them, they really only have like a 6-man rotation with the 5 starters, and then they play campaign occasionally. But then they got players like Terrence Ross and TJ Warren on the bench who, you know, ain't getting no run. And I think especially in this series, because Denver has so much depth off the bench, that they're gonna have to play those type of guys. And without playing their bench or without getting production from their bench, it's gonna be hard to beat Denver for real, because, you know, I mean, you can't continue to play your stars 40 minutes, you know, 40 plus minutes every game. They're going to get fatigued, you know what I'm saying? And I just think that Denver might just be a little too much for them to handle at this point in the season. And then, you know, Chris Paul went down last night. We don't know exactly how long he's going to be out. So I just think I don't see a way the Suns can pull this off, honestly, in my opinion.
I see a way they can pull it off.
Talk to me.
The key is Ayton. We haven't seen the best game from him in this series yet, and you know, he can be the stopper on Jokic in a way. I feel like if Jokic don't have a good game and he don't impact the game like he usually does, then they can't mess with Suns if, you know, KD on and Book on, because they can easily both get off a 40 piece at the same night, especially with Chris Paul out. That's more shots for them. But Jokic, he controls the pace of the game. So if Ayton doing what he's just doing, then on the offensive end, if he producing and getting putbacks and just being physical with Jokic, I think that tire him out and just give him an advantage, and then overall get the team an advantage, and they can steal a couple of these wins. But at this rate, it ain't looking too good for Phoenix. But I expected this. I want to play. I already played the Nuggets in the conference finals. I love it.
Same, but I also feel like, especially with Chris Paul out, DeAndre Ayton got to be more aggressive, because they're gonna need his scoring in this series, especially with Chris Paul out. So it's just about, you know, getting their bench to get more production and just getting more production from DeAndre Ayton. That's the key to the Suns getting back in this series. If that don't happen, they liable to get swept, in my opinion, honestly.
I don't know about it. I think they win the next game for sure.
I mean, I think it's a possibility they may not get swept, but they might get beaten 5 games for sure. I think that Phoenix sacrificed a lot of their bench to get Kevin Durant, and so it's like, you know, they playing like I seen in the Clippers series, they was playing like KD would have like 40-some minutes, Devin Booker would have 40-some minutes, and Chris Paul would be like, if not 40 minutes, but pushing 40 minutes. It's like, at a certain point, you know, I understand that, you know, you got to lean on your star players, but your bench has to play some role. You can't win a championship just being only top heavy. You have to, you know, have a rotation that's going to make some things happen. So I think the biggest thing is I think going home to Phoenix, I think it'll help them out. You know, they play good at home. But I think, you know, in the end, I say they win game 3 because they have to. But other than that, I don't know. I think Denver might have them.
Honestly, I feel like
I know all too well about Chris Paul getting hurt in the playoffs. You know, as a Rockets fan, it cost us a championship, I feel. But this is just nothing new. You know, I can't even act surprised in this moment because it happens all the time. It happens all the time.
Honestly, I was gonna say honestly, I feel like the Suns should have kept at least either. I don't think that they would have been able to keep Bridges, but they should have at least kept Cam Johnson just to have that scoring element coming off the bench because they just ain't getting enough from their bench. So yeah,
that's the way to take when you get a star player like KD, man. All or nothing.
Yeah. But moving on to another big game that we had. We're not getting to the Lakers yet.
I would ready.
We're gonna go to the East Side. We're gonna talk about Philly and the Celtics. So we did see game 1. Joel Embiid did not play, but the Philadelphia 76ers, they didn't need him. Apparently, you know, James Harden came out 45 points. I'd like to note, you know, a lot of people doubt James Harden. They always be like Houston, James Harden, and all this, you know. But when he come out and perform like this, I mean, one of the most unstoppable scorers we've seen in this game. So, what do y'all think about that first game?
Harden just honestly, I feel like Harden was in his bag last night, you know, and you know, I seen something on Facebook. You know, he came in the game last night with them big old jeans on, looking like. I'm like, what's going on? But I seen something last night. Somebody was like, man, if Harden gonna play like this every night, man, he could dress however he want to dress. You know what I'm saying? And really and truly, if Harden plays like that, Philly might be a legitimate championship contender. You know what I'm saying? Because they're getting that production out of Harden. But like Harden said, you know, people talked about him being scoring way too much, and they talked about him not being able to win that way. And so he takes a step back, and he's becoming more of a passer, and you know, that type of thing. But like, in order for the Philly to win, they're gonna need that type of James Harden performance. It's just that's what it is. They're gonna need it, with or without Joel Embiid. But I do think that as far as Boston goes, man, they just get a little lackadaisical on defense. You know what I'm saying? I feel like for Boston, they care more about scoring the ball than they do, you know, playing defense. And you know, when you care more about scoring the ball, that kind of reflects on how your defense is going. So I just think that that was a good win for the 76ers. They needed to steal that one because I think if they didn't win that one, then this series would be, you know, over a lot quicker than we think it would. So now that was just a big win, and hopefully they could get Joel Embiid back, you know, over the course of this series and make it a competitive series. But it's gonna be interesting to see who actually comes out on top because now it's a real good series.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you. And my thing is James Harden, he can't have these games where he take a step back, like, and just pass the ball and be passive and try to get other guys going. I know he has that. Well, I don't know if he still has the switch, but he showed that he's capable of, you know, going out there and giving you a 40 piece and being efficient and still, you know, getting his teammates involved. But when Joel come back, he got to play the same way and be aggressive. I don't think he just throw it down to Jokers and tell him go do his thing. Like, in a way, that's like him messing the team up in the chemistry because that's what they expect out of you. And you the leader, you want to lead on the team, so you have to lead by example. Whether that's scoring, passing, I just think he can't take another back seat and just keep this aggression that I seen last night, despite what he had on. Because I thought he wearing that, so I'm like, yeah, he not ready to hoop tonight. But he proved me wrong. And I give credit when credit is due. So he definitely played his butt off, and I expect it. I expect that every game now.
Yeah, one of the things I appreciated was after the game, you know, they were celebrating and stuff, and he had the mentality. He was like, "Y'all, we're not gonna celebrate this one game. Like, it's just one game." And I think, you know, that just goes to speak about that playoff experience. Like, he's experienced letdowns in the playoffs, so it's like it's not nothing new for him. So I think the fact that like, you know, he's still locked in despite, you know, taking that first game, I think that's a big thing. And I think it's a good sign for, I mean, Philly is my playoff pick to make it to the finals. So I think that, you know, it's a good sign for them. But I'll let you introduce the next topic. We can go talk about your Lakers now.
Lake Show.
Get a little hot in here, man.
Let's go, man. Game day, baby.
Talk about LeBron and them boys, man. LeBron and AD going against Steph for the 13th, whatever time, man. I'm tired of light-skinned boys, but hey, LeBron got to go ahead and get his bag. AD got to step up his game and do what he got to do, man, because the Lakers, even though it's not the Warriors, it's not the same Warriors team with the KD and all the big juggernauts and triple fives, man. But, you know, they still got the Splash Bros and the youngin, man. So I definitely think that we have to come with everything we got to beat the Warriors. And it's definitely possible if LeBron do what he needs to do, even in year 20, still producing at high clips. But the key is going to be AD. If AD is being Anthony Davis, then we have a problem. But if AD is AD, Lakers in 5.
Hey, honestly, bro, I feel like, you know, the Warriors just don't have enough to compete with the Lakers. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't get enough production out of Poole. They don't get enough production out of Clay. Clay gonna give you good games here and there, but like he's not, because he ain't been consistent, you know. And I hate to say this, but he ain't really been consistent since coming back from his injury. You know, before Clay got hurt, we was used to Clay putting up numbers every night. He was shooting the sleeves off the ball every night, and we just ain't really seen that. So I don't know if they got, you know, enough off the bench to compete with the Lakers. I feel like the Lakers are a deeper team than the Warriors. I just feel like what the Lakers have to do, AD has to be aggressive at all times. He's the key. He is the key to making you know, the Lakers successful. I feel like D'Angelo Russell can't have a bad shooting performance like he did, you know, through the course of last series. And I just feel like we got to do a better way of containing Steph. If we can contain Steph, you know, and don't let him go for 50 like Sacramento did, we're gonna be in a pretty good position. And I think that we're capable of doing it, because I feel like we're a better defensive team than Sacramento is, you know, just off of our head coach alone, Darvin Ham. He preaches defense. So I feel like we got what it takes to beat them. And I'm gonna say the Lakers gonna win in 6. That's my personal opinion. I feel like the Warriors get 2 games.
Before you go, I just want to say it's crazy to me because like y'all saying like Poole and Thompson, you know, they having struggling time, but like it seems like everybody has their best games when they play the Lakers, and that's my fear. I just hope that nobody want to prove themselves and show why they been here because they playing LeBron and the Lakers. I'm tired of the game. Just keep them shooting how y'all been shooting. Like it's no different. It's just basketball. If you've been struggling, keep on struggling. All right, just feel me.
I feel like teams do pick up their play when they play against the Lakers, just because, you know, the history there. You know, everybody want to play good against the Lakers. But I think the biggest thing is that the Warriors are gonna have home court advantage throughout this series. I think, you know, a lot of the reason why that last series went as long as it did was because the Warriors have consistently played bad on the road. Well, you telling me 4 of the next possibly 7 games is gonna be in Golden State, then I feel like it gives them a little bit of an edge. And I think they already showed they can steal games on the road. So it wouldn't surprise me if the Warriors won this series. I really think that, you know, even though it's a different Warriors team, they have consistently showed they have some type of formula to just, you know, beat LeBron. I'm just saying. So I think the Warriors, I would have to give them the edge in this series. I think the Warriors take it in 6 games, honestly.
No, you don't.
I do. No, I believe that.
Who's stopping LeBron?
It's not about one person that's going to stop LeBron. They're going to throw a bunch of different looks at LeBron. You're not going to stop LeBron. Same way you're not going to stop Steph. It's just going to be.
You stop Steph.
No, you can't double. You can double him. He's still going to get his points.
How?
He's still going to get his points.
How?
Their offense is set around him, and they find ways to get him open.
Bando is following him. He face guarding him from the 3-point line. No, not from 3-point line. From 3-point line on the other side. Not the one on that side. On the other side.
So you tell me you think Vanderbilt is the Curry stopper? Is that what you're saying?
No, bro. We go double team, but he got length and he got all that, bro.
The thing is, we gotta be prepared to chase Steph around, bro. Because Steph ain't gonna stop moving. So we gotta be prepared to chase him. If we ain't prepared to chase him, it's gonna be a long night, bro. Honestly.
I also say, y'all know how I feel about Anthony Davis. So I don't think he's gonna come to play. I think, the moment is too big. It's so much pressure on this series. Like they've been promoting this, like, because this is really the finals, to be honest. Like, this is what people care about.
Right.
So in moments like this, Anthony Davis, you might want him to show up, but he's known to just come up short in these moments. So we gonna see what he do. We gonna see.
Hey,
Nah,
like,
man, he playing loony, bro.
Hey, you talk. This man had 20 rebounds.
I don't think Looney ain't gonna have. Looney won't have a series like he had against Sacramento, bro. Looney ain't having a series like he had against Sacramento. I'm sorry to tell you that. Sabonis and AD, that's two different type of players right there, bro. He ain't about to just eat soup in the paint. Nah, it ain't happening, bro. It ain't happening. But I do think that the Warriors going through a 7-game series will weigh on them a little bit. And, the Lakers coming off some rest, so they're going to have some fresh legs, for the first couple of games. So it's going to be interesting to see. But I think the Lakers going to edge it out in 6, bro. I got faith in my team.
But, like, the other players, like, we got AR-15, Austin Reeves.
Yeah, bro, that's what I'm saying. I bench, we got more depth than them.
D-Lo can get high. You got Malik Beasley on a crazy 1 out of 8 games. He can give 20 off the bench. If they play Lonnie Walker, I actually think he can get some run in this. So he can actually get some.
We need to. We gotta play him.
Yeah, I mean, I think in game 1, I do favor y'all in game 1. The Warriors just played a tough series. They literally just played 2 days ago. So and they probably had to give everything they had in that game. But I also feel like this, though. The thing that has me worried about game 1 is that they won that game. Steph had 50, but everyone else played bad. So, when you play a bad game, you do a good one. And I think
role players are going to play better at home.
That too. So I think one is going to be – it's up for grabs on both sides. Yeah.
All I'm saying is if the Lakers win tonight, bro, series over.
Yeah, but you acting like the Warriors couldn't take game 3.
They're not a good road team, bro.
But they have to.
They won against the Kings, and the Kings beat them on their own court too. You forgot about that.
No, I agree with that. But do you not think that the Warriors can take one of them?
No, I do not think the Warriors can take.
I don't think you think that. I do. All right, well, I'm cool with leaving it there. Y'all got anything else on it?
Nah.
Lakers in 6, baby.
All right. I mean, hey, y'all ain't gonna put no money up on that though.
I would. That's how much confidence I got, cuz.
All right. Well, moving on to NFL action, or not action, but NFL draft. Some teams made some big moves in the draft. Back. We back in action, man. Stop.
Let's talk about that. I want to know how Brad feel about that.
Let's go on to the ball, man. You got CJ Stroud. We got Tank there. We got BC coming back. Who else we got?
I don't want to hear.
Who else we got?
You are not a Texas fan. Bro, we have seen time and time on this podcast. This man denounced the Texans. He talking about he's not a Texas fan. Now we get 2 players that contain the trajectory of the team, and now he talking about he a Texas fan. No, bro, stay over there.
What are you talking about?
Stay over there.
I've never disowned the Texans. I just took a little mental break because Bill O'Brien, he had messed my team up and sent them all over the place. So I just step back. But I ain't going nowhere. I just step back and look from afar. But now I can come back to the front.
Hey, who y'all think?
Man.
Who y'all think? Which team y'all think won the draft?
You said what?
Which team do y'all think won the draft?
Texans.
Oh, I think the Texans won the draft for sure. I mean, I will say I was not expecting them to go get that 3rd pick like that. Like, I was watching the draft and I seen we got CJ, so I was happy about that. I'm over here texting my friends. I'm like, oh yeah, we got CJ. And then I'm looking up, it said Texans got 3rd pick. I'm like, oh, it must be like a typo or something. And I realized we was gonna get Will too. So I think, we needed a quarterback, obviously. But we need a quarterback. And then we also needed like another defensive staple, like somebody who's gonna make plays when it's time to make them. And Will Anderson showed that he could do that. So I'm not I'm super excited about this team, and then all the other draft picks we made, getting other players. You know, like it's just the team it's a good feeling around Houston right now, man. I can't lie, bro. It's just I feel so happy right now, man. I can't even put it in words right now, man.
I can. Houston Bowl. Win the Super Bowl. Go ahead.
I also liked the way Philly drafted too. They went and got them Georgia players, man. They went and got them Georgia players, and I think that's gonna be key to them, maintaining their success once the older players get on up out the door, like Fletcher Cox and Brandon Graham and stuff like that. So I think that's gonna be key. I think that they also kind of won the draft, go and get DeAndre Swift too. That was huge. They needed that just because Miles Sanders going to Carolina. They needed a starting caliber running back, and I feel like DeAndre Swift was a good pickup for them, and they got him for relatively cheap too. So I mean, the Texans, but I definitely like the picks the Texans made. And they definitely drafted right. I see them being competitive. I won't say. I mean, they're gonna be competitive this year, but I feel like they'll be a real good team in about 2 years, just because of the pieces that they build. I love the Tank Dell selection, bro. Like they got him a receiver that's gonna get, he's gonna be able to create in space. You know what I'm saying? He got wheels. I just love it. And then, like Eddie said, they got Mechie coming back. So the Texans are doing good things down there in Houston, bro. They turn them draft picks into something nice for sure. But Bryce, let me ask you this: how you feel about this man over here claiming to be Texans fan again, bro? He just Eddie, let me ask you this: you just leaving Deshaun? Eddie, you just leaving Deshaun in the dust?
You can respond after I speak. Let me speak.
I'm gonna correct you if you say something wrong.
All right. Let me speak. As a Texans fan myself, stop. As a Texas fan, I've been here through the blood, sweat, and tears.
So have
Stop. I've been here when it was good.
Right.
I supported us when we had trash seasons.
Match off.
I've supported us all the way through. So to hear this bull coming from him is ridiculous. When we was bad, when we didn't have no hope, he was, I'm a Cleveland Browns fan.
I not say I was a fan. Never.
All these other teams, because of their players.
Right.
And then you want to come back. Like I just can't respect it. As a fan, you're supposed to go through the hard times and all that at the same time and deal with it. So that's all I gotta say. I can't accept you as a fan. No, it's fine. No, it's cool. Go ahead.
I don't care. What are you talking about? Deshaun Watson, DeAndre Hopkins, J.J. Watt. Those three players are people I rooted for after they was going from the Texans. How that made me a bad guy and not a fan anymore, because I want these guys that were drafted and played with the Texans for so long became the best players in the league as a Texan. So why would I be mad and not go root for them wherever they go? That's not fair to me. Because they play out of here.
You just want to keep Deshaun in the dust?
Wherever they go and root for that team to do good because of them. Never said I was a fan of that team. I always say I was a Houston ride or die fan. I was with them boys when they was 0-16, 2-14. Matt Sharp, he threw the record for most pick sixes. Come on. I've been with them through the mud. And I've been there.
You just gonna leave? You gonna leave?
I pay all my dues. I don't gotta work for no reassurance. I'm a Texas fan. I'm gonna be a Texas fan.
Just answer this quickly. Do you think? You just gonna leave Deshaun in the dust?
No, I'm still rooting for Deshaun. Still rooting for D-Hop, Will Fuller, wherever he at. J.J. Watt, if you try to make a comeback. You got Jadeveon Clowney, all my boys, man. Wherever they at, I'm rooting for them.
All right. So after this, we're gonna go into a little break. We're gonna go into a little break and talk some LSU women's basketball. The reigning national champions. Hey, but before we get out, we just want to send a special congratulations to our Welcome to the World of Sports alum, Mark Evans. Mark Evans.
Go ahead, never mind. Go ahead, keep going.
Getting signed by the Saints, so congratulations, bro. We look forward to seeing you get on the field and do great. You heard me? So after this, like I said, we're gonna talk LSU women's basketball. Y'all don't want to miss it. Stay tuned. Welcome to the world of sports, baby.
All right, welcome to the World of Sports podcast. We're here to talk about some big LSU news. I'm sure many of y'all have seen it by now, but the LSU Lady Tigers of the basketball side have added Hailey Van Lith to their team via transfer portal. You know how we do it at LSU. But yeah, what do you mean? What you mean? Me? What you mean? You? Me? I'm an alumni. Yeah. Anyways, you know how we do it via transfer portal. So what y'all think about this edition? Y'all think we're gonna repeat or what?
Yeah, repeat is definitely on the way, bro. Definitely on the way. Hailey Van Lith, she cold with the basketball, bro, and she's a good scorer. And we needed that. We needed another high caliber guard to take the role. Fill the role of Alexis Morris, and she's going to WNBA draft. So we needed that. And then Kim Mulkey, bro, she just been recruiting. She getting all these transfers. Hopefully, the transfer, the girl from DePaul. Hopefully, she decides that she wants to transfer in, because that's another huge win for us. Because we need somebody to fill that void for LaDasia Williams too. So just looking at the potential starting lineup, we got Hailey Van Lith, Flau'jae, Kateri, the girl, possibly the girl from DePaul. I forget her name, and Angel Reese. That's one of the best starting fives on paper already, And I just think that it's good. Kim Mulkey's kind of like turning LSU into a powerhouse almost. Everybody wants to come to LSU and play, so it's good. And we finally going to see teams giving, the UConns and the South Carolinas, a run for their money. So I think it's good for LSU overall, as for athletics, LSU athletics overall, and especially for women's basketball. I do feel like a repeat is on the way.
Yeah, I don't know what to say, man. To add to that, you did a great job right there, man. It's exciting to see, man. Just for so long, we've been so close. And like, after, finally getting one, and just the winning mentality is like back, man. Like, for me personally, I came in with a championship. I'm leaving with a championship, man. So it's just great. It's great to see, man. And I wish nothing but the best for the LSU in the future. And we on the up and upper. I don't know what that's saying, man. I'm just so excited.
Yeah.
I think the additions that's being made and the way that the team is being, I don't want to say rebuilt, but just add-ons to the team, I feel like it's just good and putting them in a better position to just keep competing. Because I feel like, to the difference between being, a good team and being like a powerhouse is being able to retool after you do win. And I feel like they're doing that. Hailey Van Lith, she is a great player, 3-level scorer, can go however she want to go and get points from wherever she want to get them from. So I think without Alexis Morris, looking at how the championship run went, there's a lot of times where we needed that. Like, she had to pick up the slack and, score in moments where the offense was a little lax. So I think, it's going to be a big addition to the team, and I can't wait to see what's going to happen next for the Lady Tigers. So, yeah.
Man, they do.
Yeah, because, we ain't expecting nothing on the men's side.
Yeah, at all.
I'm gonna start off the Black Spotlight. My Black Spotlight for this week is Steve Harvey. I seen the podcast he did on Club Shay Shay, and I was just picking up so much knowledge from him, man. I always love watching Steve Harvey because he's funny, but he also tell you like the real, like a bunch of different things. And, he always gives like a lot of tips on like better ways to be a man and stuff like that. And like the way that the world works and society works, and how like being a man, a lot of times there's a lot of responsibility being put on you, and sometimes we gotta, I don't know the best way to put it, but like we gotta always like find ways to like deal with all the pressures of being a man and stuff like that. And he always talks about that stuff and like being vulnerable about his life and how things go. So I also, you know, I know my grandparents used to always watch Family Feud and stuff like that. So, you know, I want to give Steve Harvey my Black Spotlight.
Yes, sir. He even made a joke about Deshaun Watson, man.
Oh yeah, that joke was funny. I ain't gonna.
Hey, all jokes, but this week for my Black Spotlight, I'm gonna do, you know, Jamie Foxx. You know, a lot of people may know or they may not know that, you know, he's dealing with some health issues right now. So I just want to give him his flowers and let him know he's appreciated. You know, he's one of the biggest pillars in, you know, the African American community when it comes to acting, you know, and he's such a great actor, great impersonator, you know, and he's one of the best, you know, to do it. So I just want to give him his flowers and let him know he's appreciated, you know, and we miss him out here. We can't wait to see him come back and be better than ever. So get well soon. And yeah, just thank you for all that you do for the African American community.
Yeah, for sure. For my Black Spotlight, I picked Bernie Mac. Rest in peace, man. Definitely gave me, I know, millions of people so many laughs every day. I used to love watching the Bernie Mac show, going back and watching his stand-up comedy sets, man. He was just naturally funny. He can just say the most random thing you would never think of. And just how you laughing and crying on the floor like I do all the time, man. So I just want to give his flowers as well and to say you are well missed and definitely appreciated. You just paid away for all these comedians today, and we don't know where they will be without you. So that wrap up the best part of the show with the Black Spotlight.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So just, you know, as we begin to wrap up the show, just want to say thank you to everybody who continues to watch us, continues to support us, man. You know, we be having a lot going on, and we try to get y'all every week, but sometimes, you know, that may not always be the case. But we just continue to look forward to to putting out, you know, good content, you know. And we just continue to thank y'all for sticking with us, you know, throughout it all. You know, so anything y'all boys want to say?
I just want to say thank y'all for watching, and you know, I echo everything John said. You know, we try to stay consistent, you know, but you know, life happens. So, you know, I appreciate y'all for you know, supporting us, and if you can, like, share, comment. You know, we appreciate all those things. If anything that we feel like y'all feel like we missed that we didn't talk about, you know, please share it with us. We love to talk about it on our podcast, and yeah, we appreciate y'all.
Yes, and please let us know, man. We working hard to get some guests on here. So if anybody y'all would like to see us talk to, you know, get their side, you know, tell their story, you know, that type of thing. If anybody y'all want to see us talk to, we could try our best to kind of reach out to them and try to get them on the show. So y'all leave suggestions for that as well. Eddie, you got anything?
No, I mean, I just stay tuned and stay connected with us whenever we drop, you know.
Yeah.
We go try back constantly, you know, it's bigger and better every time, man. So much love. Y'all stay with us. We gonna stay with y'all.
Thank y'all for watching. Welcome to the world of sports. And until next time, we out.